Hello everyone, today I'm showing and sharing you a garment that I knitted. This is Radiant pattern by Joji Locatelli, links down below, and this is how it looks. Okay, so a little bit in color. This is the original kind of sample, but you could see there are 502 other projects, so check it out if you want to see, and I'll tell you what the pattern tells you to have. The pattern recommends to have DK yarn for the gauge 20 stitches by 28 row. Should be rounds because we're knitting in a round and here is a rose, but anyway. And then needle size is US size 6, which is 4mm needles. Ooh, so we're going over here from 30.5 to 58 3/4 of an inch. So this is 76 centimeters to 147 centimeters. It is recommended that you choose a size with 2 inches of positive ease. Don't worry, I'm going to put a link down below to this, so you can check it out yourself. Yeah, according to the size, there is recommendation of how many skeins you need. Now, the pattern recommends 20 stitches. I got 17 stitches. I haven't blocked this sweater because I'm wearing it now. And this is a gift knit. And as you could see, for someone smaller than me, or you can notice that over here, I think I used only 3 skeins, but I can't find the 4th one. I had 4, and the yarn that I used in the sec, but this is the little swatch that I did. I said this is knitted in round, and I should have done the swatch in a round, but what I can do, I can put on the screen to compare this gauge to actual this gauge over here. Is it close or far? Because there is a difference. However, because it's a top down sweater, you can put it on while you're knitting it, and you could see, do you need to knit it more or less, and that's basically the pattern. You know, will tell you to continue that for a certain size. Then you separate for the sleeves and the body, you knit the body so you can adjust it to the length you want. I'm not sure that I do any shaping. You know, I started ages ago. I did sleeves. I picked size medium, so 38 inch. My boss is 40, so that's why I said I didn't, you know. I had for sleeve, I had 64 stitches. I wanted slightly bigger. And with the needles, I went to a size 6, 4mm for the whole thing. But for the ribbing, I went to a size 2.5, which is 3mm. For the sleeves, I slightly changed. I maintained the pattern of the creases, but there is a section how long you should knit. I obviously get it shorter. I changed slightly the ribbing for the ribbing, I think, or it's the same one. I think it's the same in the pattern. And I bind off with a tubular bind off. So I finished with tubular bind off so you can see how it looks. I went to, I think, size smaller in regards to and I checked that how much I would need. You may ask what kind of also other accessories I used. So I used these needles, which are Knit Pro. They're needles for the socks. It is 2.0mm and 2.25mm. I use them to hold on stitches when I was working on the body to come back to the sleeves later on. I knitted it on cord 16 inches, which is 40 centimeters. This is normally a cord that you use when you knit hats, so I had very small circumference, so the stitches were kind of running around by themselves. I think I may start at this not on 4, sorry. I think I started it on US size 4, 3.5mm because that's what I can find over here. Then I have more 4mm, which is US size 6. There are tips interchangeable for high-highs, and as I mentioned, I use US size 2.5, 3mm. That's basically the pouch that I used. Yes. And to make it quite comfortable for me, and it's fine in regards to my hands, short, so 4-inch needle, not 5-inch, so I'm talking about the length of it. Somehow it works kind of good for me for both, for hats, for small circumferences, for small items, and for big garments. So I'm thinking now to tell you about the yarn. So the yarn I used a yarn from the KnitCrate box, the main color, and I was lucky enough to receive 2 boxes somehow that time, and I thought it'd be brilliant to knit a garment. Whatever you use, that's fine, close to DK and what I used. Maybe I'll tell you what the pattern recommends. Go back to the pattern. So Joji knitted out with Walk Collection Silky BFL DK. And if you click on it, it says it has 232 yards, which is 212 meters. And right, I have 276 meters. So mine is thinner slightly by what? Let's say 62 meters. So 68 plus 70 yards. So this is it. So you can see it's Outine Wool's site, DK Leaf Ether, that's a color, 80% merino wool, 50% cashmere. So it is, oh yeah, you can see it now. Okay, so do you see it? Do you see the color? Do you see the 85% merino, 50% cashmere? DK weight 302 yards, 276 meters and 100 grams. This is very important, the meterage in the balls and the gauge that the pattern recommends. The most important actually is the gauge, but because you know, I could accommodate it while I was knitting it, I kind of had a rough idea how the person looks like. So even if you measure, for instance, the height from the neckline to the under armpit, you could kind of just measure on the tape that you reach the proper sizing. And what I wanted to do, this is a smaller person, but normally I like to grab my fabric underneath my armpits. Over here I barely grab it, but that's basically, you know, and I can fit into it because it's yarn, stretches, it has cashmere merino, it's not superwash, so that's a little bit I'm nervous, but I'm going to put all the information that this is just hand wash because otherwise if you put it into this beauty into the machine, or you put it into the hot water and start kind of ruffling with it, it may slightly felt, and you do not want that. As you may see, there is some color work, and this is not Leaf Eater. Oh yeah, and in regards informing people, so you could see over here I have, see it? Hand wash. As you know, I'm a big fan of leftovers. I feel that, at least for me, probably not for all the cool idea to gift leftovers or swap with leftovers. And I received this beautiful DK from tamiwicolors, and I still have some leftovers. She sent it to me that she has some, and I can knit a hat with it if I wanted to. So Tammy, if you see it, I hope you don't mind that it's not a hat. But I only used 2 little balls and she gave me more. So yeah, I found it. I used only 3 of these, so I have another one as a leftover. I may knit a hat with it using Tammy's also leftover. So she gave me a yarn for a bit of a gradient, and as you can see I have some leftovers of this. There are 2 different balls, but as you could see you may not see the difference, and I have these. What I can do, I can weight one because I used 2. As you can see, she dyes beautifully, so check her shop down below. And I'm going to weight that because my fault, I didn't weight because I wasn't sure how much I'm going to use it, and I knew if that won't work, I will continue with the balls that I got from her. And as you could see, it goes from this lovely kind of color to the yellows, and oh, just stunning. So these are very generous. I would say that they're almost 50 grams, so I believe, because I used 2, I used almost 100 grams to do this. I may guess 80. What I can do, I can weight the whole sweater. I know that I used 3. So anything extra, if it's over 300 something, that something is this color work in this sweater. I know it's beautiful. I know someone is going to enjoy it, and this is also my enjoyment of knitting and gifting, and then seeing people wearing it. So I hope the recipient is going to wear it. Now, if you have any questions, please leave comments down below. Let me know what kind of garments have you knitted. Have you knitted any garments, or you're just wondering how to do it? Do not worry. I would say with top-down sweaters, you knit it as a hat. So if you've never knitted a hat before, there is a free tutorial on this channel. I'll put the video at the end, so check it out. On the thicker yarn, on the bigger needles. But the idea is, if you want to get a thinner yarn, you just cast on more stitches. And the question is, how many? So that's why you need patterns. For the designer in the patterns will tell you how many stitches to knit. I think that's it. Thank you so much for KnitCrate to send the yarn my way. They're sending it for free, so just to be transparent. And also tamiwicolors sending it to me for free, not for any promotion. She just sent me as a, you know, I have some leftovers, here you are, have a go. There's no collaboration over here going on with Tammy. So thank you, Tammy, so much. I still have some, so I can't wait to play with it, especially that, as you could see, they work so well together. So let me know, help me out, what I can do with these together. I hope he sees it and enjoys it, and thank you so much for designing such a beautiful, very easy, it's not a color work, it's a slip stitch thing, so check sweater and tag me if you're knitting one. Oh, and yes, and I used this beautiful bag, my keychain in the shop, but the bag is from Lilo Whale Yarn. Check the links down below. Bye!